Welcome back to my YouTube channel, Cop Tales 236, the channel where I give you the scoop behind the badge. So as I stated before, I was going to tell you guys a story about when I was working as a police officer and I had to deal with a couple different cases of missing persons, and these missing persons were young girls. And as we know, in this country or even around the world, that it's a very dangerous thing that young people, I mean, everyone for that matter, but a lot of young people are coming up missing. And I want to share an experience or story about when we found one of those young ladies who was missing. But I'll get to the second story, which wasn't as fortunate. So I'm new to Georgia. I had recently left the Atlanta Police Department to go to my next police department, and about a month or so, maybe 2 months, about 2 months of me being there, I got placed on an assignment. It was a few cops from my department, the FBI and the GBI. We were over on a road called Thornton Road in the parking lot of a Walmart across the street from a hotel. And so we were getting the information that we need to have as far as what was going on with this particular situation. Well, in this particular situation, there was a young girl, about 14 or 15, who had been missing for quite some time. And so word came in that she was going to be at this hotel. Now, how the FBI discovered that, I don't know, but it was accurate. We go across the street after we finished game planning. Everyone had their assignments, what they were supposed to do. My assignment was to find the driver and cuff the driver. The driver was actually the person who had taken the young lady. So we all go across the street. We go to the hotel. Some of the FBI agents go upstairs. I have no clue of what they're doing upstairs, but I know they're upstairs. I can't remember where the GBI agents were, but me and my partners, we really didn't. We didn't really have a chance to set up properly, at least according to how we planned. Because as we were getting ready to do so, a car comes around the corner of the building, and guess who it is? It's the driver, the man who had taken the young lady. And when he came around, we recognized who he was because we had photographs. Guns are out now. This guy's armed, he's dangerous, and he has a track record from here, I'm in Georgia, to California somewhere. It was pretty lengthy. He was armed and dangerous, and so we get him out of the car. But what I remember about before we took him out of the vehicle was that when he stopped his vehicle with his hands on the steering wheel, he was staring at us like, if I had the opportunity to, I gotta watch what I say on YouTube. For some reason, they love to block my videos. I don't know why. But if I had the opportunity to unsubscribe you guys from life, that is exactly what I would do. It was like looking into the eyes of Satan himself. This guy was cold. He had no heart. He had no care, no feelings whatsoever. So we get this guy out of the car. He was a very slow moving individual. You could tell he did not have a care in the world. He cared for no one. This guy was cold. And okay, not such a big deal. So the FBI, they recover the young lady who was upstairs, and she was waiting for a customer, if you can follow what I'm saying. So this young girl was upstairs waiting for a customer, and the man who we had just apprehended was the man who was forcing her to perform these acts. So we go back to the police station. Our department is the closest department, closest station, the GBI, the FBI, their stations are, further away. So we go back to our department. I know they take the guy. He goes upstairs above my pay grade. I don't know what happened up there. I know I was downstairs and I was filling out a report about the incident, and I was actually in the booking area. Sometimes we would go over there because sometimes it's like we had a booking area. We were city police, so we had a booking area, but primarily we would take anyone we would arrest to the county jail. So yeah, we had like a small booking area. It wasn't really used a lot. So therefore, that's the place you can go to do your report so you can focus on what you're writing. But while in the booking area, they bring the young lady in and like put her inside of a cell. And I'm terribly confused. Like, why is she going inside of a cell? I remember I was around when her parents got the news that we found their daughter. How can you explain a parent's joy that you found their child that's been missing for, I don't even know how long, quite some time. So of course they were ecstatic. And so they bring this young lady into the booking area and they're saying, put her into a cell. And I'm confused. I'm like, why? I'm like, see, let me explain something about myself to you guys. I question when I'm told to do something. This was part of the reason why I kind of stuck out like a sore thumb and probably didn't fit in as well as I could have, because I had to ask questions. And my reasoning for that is, and I'm not trying to force my belief on anyone watching this video, but my belief and my reasoning is because I'm a very religious person. I believe in God, and I believe in the fact that He watches what I do. He wants me to make the right decisions. And so I try my hardest to make the right decision. So therefore I don't just do something if someone tells me to do, because I fear God more than I fear a man. So that's always been my mindset. So when someone's telling me to do something and now I'm questioning why, it's because I need to make sure what I'm about to do is morally right, ethically right, just right. So I'm asking the question, why? What's going on with her? But unfortunately, I found out. So when she comes into the booking area, this young lady, she's not the same young lady that her parents once knew. This young lady, she comes in initially, she's making sexually explicit, statements and advances towards myself and also towards some of the other cops. And it's like she was going in and out of different mindsets. At one point, she was trying to attack. The next point, she was trying to make sexual advances towards the cops. And so she was just all over the place. I was like, all right, this is different. Something's not right here. And my wife will tell you, I'm a thinker. I just go over things, over and over. I want to figure it out. And I'm thinking about the situation, like what would cause her to act in such a way. Remember, I told you we apprehended the driver, and this guy was like, as if we were looking into the eyes of Satan himself. He was cold. But my point in bringing that part up is this. When someone is taken, trying not to use the K word on YouTube, but when a young person is taken, and those individuals, to be able to snatch a young person away from their family, their friends, their parents, and care less about how they feel, you have to be a very cold-hearted individual. And if you are a cold-hearted individual, there is no telling what type of psychological drama or what physical tortures you could have put someone through. I'm not even sure if I should have said that word, but there's no telling what this young lady experienced. And then she gets to some type of breaking point, because according to her parents, this is not the same young lady. This is not our daughter. It's her physically, but mentally, emotionally, this is not her. And I just continue to think, what did this man do to her? What did he do to her to have her acting in such a way? I also remember thinking, and I felt bad for thinking this, but I also remember thinking, I hope she's only high. I hope she's on some drugs right now. That's okay. I know that sounds horrible, but my reason for thinking that is, if she was on a drug, it's going to go away. That high is going to leave. She will return back to being herself. She can get help for that. But if this is not some type of substance influencing her actions and her thoughts, then there's a much worse problem going on here. Her mind has been altered. She's somewhere, like, it's hard for me to explain this, but this is one of the things that I really hated about policing, because it's one of the things that I never let go. There are a few things that I just, to this day, years later, that I still carry with me every day. And when I say I hate this about policing, it's just the fact that I hate that these type of things happen to people, and I have witnessed things like this. Some things, I don't even know it's even correct for me to say some things were a lot worse that I've witnessed. Some things not as bad. You know, they all have different levels to them. But I just remember feeling extremely bad for this young lady's parents, because they got their daughter back, but in reality, they never got their daughter back. At least not at that point. So, I mean, I pray for that young lady, and I hope that they got her the help that she needs, or needed. Hopefully it's more needed, because she's past that stage. But I hope that she's back to being the person that her parents actually recognize and know. So that's one of the stories that I have to tell about that. There's another story that didn't have such a happy ending. Not saying that this one really had a happy ending, but the second story that I'm about to tell you guys, you got to catch in part 2. This one did not have, although this story was not the greatest endings, the next story did not have an ending close to this one. I just want to share with you guys some of the things that, you know, as a police officer, you deal with on the department. Some of the things that you go home with, some of the things that you sleep with and wake up with and go through your day with. And sometimes you have to push them out of your mind. And it's almost like you feel guilty for that, because now you feel selfish, because you're trying to have a peace of mind and get rid of this stuff out of your mind. But you know someone is suffering from that experience. So it's a back and forth. It's a back and forth. And with those type of things, one of the things I hated about policing most is that it's always a political game. I have to be on your side. It's always us against the public when these type of things happen to the public. And if you have a heart, you feel bad for what's happening, but yet you have a voice in your ear telling you, hey, this is what you're supposed to do, as if you're not supposed to care. That's what I couldn't deal with. I'll give you one more story of a young lady that was taken, and I think this one is the one that bothered me the most. Not sure if I ever get rid of this one, but this is the one that bothered me the most. So catch that one in part 2. If you have not hit the like button, hit the like button. If you have not subscribed, hit subscribe, share the videos. The more you like them, the more you share them. YouTube thinks you guys are actually interested and you like listening to me run my mouth. So then they start pushing the video out even more. So hopefully you guys did like the video. I'll catch you in part 2.